Hello, hi, and welcome to How In 2. This is another tutorial on my website's playlist, and this will be the HTML Basics Part 2. Now, in this tutorial, I'll be talking through about the other functions of HTML and ways you can kind of like make your website a little bit colorful and change it up a bit. So, if you go back to the file that we created last time, just this, I call it test.html. Now for this file, at the moment it looks like this. I mean, it's not really that great. Um, it looks kind of boring and dull. So in this tutorial, I'll show you how to actually kind of change the style and everything, and include other features of HTML. So if I go back to the code now, first thing is inside the head. At the moment, we only got title, but we would want to include other features. For example, if we typed in your website in Google search, we would want to have like a option where you can describe your website instead of just getting random things that come up when that's your first page. So to do that, there's a thing called meta tags. So start saying meta and then class set, so character set equals, now the character set is equal to UTF-8. Now that means that UTF-8 is a character encoding capable of encoding all possible characters. So it means that as soon as you put a character in, it's able to encode it and understand what you're trying to say. So that's that, and then afterwards, so we're setting the character description, and then you put another meta name. So we can call this description question mark, sorry. Okay, and then the content is basically what you want to put inside what you want to say in the description. So I could just put made website created on 1303/2017 by How and 2. Okay, so that's the description that will come up in your Google search engine. Then we need to put some keywords. So meta name equals keywords. For the content of this, so it's basically when someone types, for example, one a one-word sentence or a one-word kind of element. For example, if someone typed in how and to, I would want my website to be the #1 search, and then you can separate everything by a comma. So HTML website, I don't know, Java, C++, etc. Okay, then the last thing you would want is the author, so who actually made the website. So we're just gonna call this content equals definitely having 2. Okay, so that's basically done. So this is describing the meta name description. So you describe what the website is. I'll just set to create it on this, say whatever. And then the keywords, so when someone types in a word or anything that's related to the website, your website would be coming up as a top search. So this is useful. And the author, obviously you can put your name or whatever. Okay, so that's done. This obviously will not be in your website. This is just describing what comes up, so you shouldn't be really worried about anything like if it affects your website or not. Okay, so that's done. I think the one more thing is, let's say we wanted to create a link for all these menus. So to do that is something called a ref, then equals signs, and then we end it after the word. So with an A after the word, and then in between the speech marks, you just literally put any link at all. Like for example, I'm just going to put google.com for home. We should put HTTP, and then for example, I'm just going to make this f equals like that. I'm going to put HTTP. I don't know, a little bit of that. youtube.com. Okay, so we could quickly test this out by saving it. Go back to your HTML file, refresh. Okay, so at the moment you can see these two are currently like in a link. So as soon as we click on this, it will direct to Google. Go back, about us will direct us to YouTube. There you go. Okay. So we've done a link, we've done the meta tags. Now, one thing is the way the website looks is quite dull and doesn't really look appealing. So, for example, the title, we could change the title and include a style. Style means the way the actual word or tag actually looks. I'm gonna call it color, so I'm gonna change the color to like a blue. The program language of this is CSS. I'm going to be making another tutorial showing you how to make a separate CSS with another file and linking it to this HTML file, so it'll make it a lot easier to understand it. And instead of having to make a lot of styles within the HTML and increasing the code. So so I just basically changed the style of this standard text testing website into a blue color. If you just save that and refresh this, so as you can see it's currently blue. Okay, that's good. Next, now we want to create the website, we make it a little more creative and add in a little bit of style. So we could make a style in the head function, so calling it style and then ending the style. So this would affect the whole page, but then we have to assign it to a certain tag. So we call this body. So within the body, we would, for example, I want to change the background color to, for example, powder blue. Okay, and then if I want to make it a paragraph, and I want to change the color to red. If I just save that and then go back, there we go. So the color of this is red and the background is powder blue. So that is a really good way of, this is called a style. So CSS, the program language CSS. At the moment, you if you want to make it really effective, if the website really good looking, it's best to actually have this style into a separate file. But then, since this is only the basics of HTML, I'm just trying to teach you the basics, and this is the basics of CSS. So in my next video, I'll be showing you how to go through CSS and actually formatting a website to make an order